Good morning, friends. Sarah Deacon, the adulting coach here. I want to talk about The Dark and Scary Place today. I just finished reading Big Magic by Elizabeth Gilbert. It's a great book on creativity. As someone who holds that as one of my core values in my life, it was a really interesting perspective, and I appreciated a lot of the things she had to share in there. One of the things from that book was a little story, anecdote, about this young artist who went to Paris and was trying to pursue his art and get better at painting and creating and doing his thing. He was networking. He was talking with all the people he could possibly talk with. He was, going to museums and sitting at cafes and talking to more people. And eventually he meets someone who invites him to this aristocratic party, and it's a costume ball, and it's going to be amazing, and all the creme de la creme is going to be there, and you really need to come, and you come as my guest. So he goes and he works on a costume for like a week, and he goes to the party, and he's really proud of his costume, and he's really excited. He rents a car, drives 3 hours outside of Paris to go to this party, shows up at the Grand Estate, and realizes that it was not just any costume party. It is a medieval themed costume party. And he showed up in his beautiful homemade lobster costume. And this is a tall, skinny guy who's, there's no way he can blend in because he's bright red, leotard, big old claws, like face painted red, everything. Like he is not, there's no turning back. So he goes in. He decides that he's not going to run away. He's not going to give in to that fear, that embarrassment, and turn and walk away from the opportunities behind the door. He goes in, and it's one of those movie scene moments where the music stops, the dancing stops, all heads turn to look at this tall red lobster guy. And somebody asks him, it's like, what are you supposed to be? And he says, well, I'm the court lobster. So he embraced it. He trusted his own talent of putting the costume together and showing up as something he had been proud of out of that context, and put himself in this new context. He ends up getting a big laugh from the crowd and dancing with the Princess of Belgium and having a really beautiful time. And I'm sure it opened up a lot of opportunities, but the rest of that story was not in the book. This is to say, there's that moment for all of us where we're standing on the threshold of something terrifying because we don't know what the reception is going to be like on the other side when we've done something that is true to ourselves, and we're not sure if we're weird, out of place, if we're going to be made fun of, laughed at, kicked out, beat up, who knows. So there comes that moment in all of our lives where we're walking through that dark and scary place where we don't know what's on the other side. 9 times out of 10, what's on the other side is going to be just fine. Probably more than fine. There's going to be laughter. There's going to be dancing. There's going to be a big party that reinforces the trust that we put in ourselves and who we are. So that is my thought for the day. My lesson that I'm taking to heart is pushing myself through those dark and scary places, saying yes to opportunities that might feel a little bit strange or uncomfortable. And I'm going to move forward and embrace who I am and trust that that's going to be exactly what's needed in each coming scenario. So I would like to invite you to do the same. Do something. Don't turn around and run away from that dark and scary place because it doesn't last. We think it's going to be forever. It's not. We're going to push through the other side. It's going to be magical. Have a great day.